Good morning. We're back with more Marvel Snap. Beginning the day at rank 84 and 9 cubes. I lost 1 cube off video from where I ended my last video. Continuing to play the ongoing deck, which has been very successful up to this point. I'll probably play all the way to infinite unless something starts going terribly wrong. And we'll see how it goes today. Vormir is still the featured location. And this deck is okay against Vormir, thanks to Colossus. Okay, we got Luke's Bar. Gonna play Lizard to Mojo World. There's gonna be an opponent's stack there, so I don't really like doing this, but I need to save Colossus in case the third location is Vormir. It is, so I'm glad I saved the Colossus for that. It's the symbiote variant. Cool. So go Warpath at Vormir. He may be getting nerfed later if I move Nightcrawler to Luke's Bar. We'll see. Now, see if Jubilee brings something I can Shang-Chi. He does. That's good. So I'm thinking I want to do that on turn 6. I could do it now, though. Turn 6 would guarantee the win at Mojo World. Just play Captain America now.
Avengers! Assemble.
White Tiger. Oh, so White Tiger died to Vormir. So I would just move Nightcrawler over. That'll be 15 to 3 power. I like it. Alrighty. Most important part of this game of climbing. It's important to choose a good deck, but the most important part is a good snap strategy and a good retreat strategy. And I'll be making a video about that, as I feel that mine is pretty good and getting better all the time. Don't know how long this climb usually takes for players, but I feel like it's going pretty quickly for me, all things considered. And I do make mistakes on when to snap, when not to snap, but getting better all the time. And so I'll make a video sharing some of my strategies. So let's see if I draw Shang-Chi. There he is. He will be very good at Nidavellir. Probably on turn 6 is when I'll play him there. If my opponent's revealing first, then I'll be able to take out the Ant-Man. So here, let's go... I could go Warpath again, but I'm just going to go Claw to Nidavellir. Because I want the additional power at Cloning Vats. I could have played Warpath again to Cloning Vats. But I'm up 15 there now. Not too worried. I don't think there's anything my opponent can do about this. Maybe I should have moved Nightcrawler over. It's a little bit lazy. Yeah, I should have moved Nightcrawler over. But that's okay. Still got the job done. That was dangerously lazy by me. Shang-Chi stealing some cubes today. Okay, so I'll put Lizard there for now. I don't intend to have Lizard be the only card that I play there. But I do think that's less likely to have a stack than Nova Roma, which is why I put Lizard there, and looks like my opponent's stack is going to go on left, so that's good. I want to put Lizard in... So I always play to 2 locations with this deck, and I want to put Lizard in the one that I think is less likely to have my opponent stack up on it, because if my opponent stacks up on it, then Lizard gets -3 power.
Avengers! Assemble.
Interesting that Ant-Man didn't go to Angela's location. I would have expected Ant-Man with Angela. Okay, so my opponent got my Spectrum. Yeah, I'm definitely behind at Nova Roma. But not fatally, because I have Iron Man and Spectrum. So I'm not conceding yet. Vision.
I am Iron Man.
So in this case, I actually want to put Spectrum on Kunlun, I think. Let's see. Let's say my opponent moves Vision to Atlantis. He'll be at 12 there. Who reveals first? I do, so I couldn't Shang-Chi him. But I can play Spectrum to Atlantis. I'll be at 12 power there. Or I could play Spectrum to Kunlun. Let's run it. I'm not confident enough to snap, but I will run it. Ooh, he's got the Enchantress. Okay. Enchantress, I will lose to every time. I can accept those losses. They're not common enough to cause me any concern. There's nothing I can do about it. There's no way to predict it. It could happen at any time. Just move on to the next game. Okay. Well, I can play Wizard to Warrior Falls or Colossus to Warrior Falls and kill the Aged 13. The Colossus is so good at Necrosha that I want to do that. Bucky Barnes, so it looks like destruction cards. +1 energy this turn doesn't really help me right now. Let's go Captain America to Tinkerer's Workshop. Okay, so armor's going to negate the Warrior Falls. Gonna be floating mana here, it looks like. I've got Claw and then Spectrum or Iron Man. Carnage will be pretty good here. So I may need Iron Man at Tinkerer's Workshop. I'm not in terrible shape though. It doesn't look good. I know Lizard's gonna get debuffed, but I have... Okay, so my opponent's full up at Tinkerer's Workshop now. I can go +4 with the Spectrum. I am +6, 7, 8 at Necrosha. Gonna go Spectrum. And that's it. I'm only gonna win Tinkerer's Workshop by 1, which is why I'm not snapping, because any kind of card that buffs cards at Tinkerer's Workshop would sink me. Okay. It's good enough. There's not a lot of cards that my opponent could conceivably have in a destruction deck that would buff a card at an adjacent location, but I've seen a lot of odd combinations, so in destruction decks, sometimes people just play the destruction cards for the early game and then they have finishers that you wouldn't necessarily expect at the end. So it could have been like Claw or something like that. So, can't play Nightcrawler at Hellfire Club. When I was first playing Snap, I was always playing to unrevealed locations on turn 1, and ultimately I decided I don't like doing that. I prefer to play to the revealed locations. Do I want Colossus at Hellfire Club or Wakanda? I think Wakanda. Okay, so Quicksilver Domino means my opponent's playing a high curve deck. He won't be running any other 1 or 2 drops. And he'll play a 3, a 4, and a 5. Wasn't necessarily expecting Deathlock. Interesting. Dino. Not a very powerful dino, I will say. So what's better here? If I play Spectrum, or if I go 3, 4, 5, 6, play like Ant-Man to Wakanda, that'll put me up by 9. And then Captain America Lizard. Or should I just throw Spectrum to Danger Room? I'll be up by 9 at Wakanda. I'll have +3, 8, 9, 10 at Hellfire Club, 7 if there's 2 more cards played. It's not super strong anywhere, but oh, okay.
Victory.
Okay, well, no Colossus yet. Looks like I'm facing a movement deck. Hopefully Vormir gets destroyed. But I do have 4, 5, and 6, so I don't know if I really care about playing. If I play to Lechagila now, I could just do that. Okay, that's fine. I guess either one of those getting destroyed was just fine. But I would have preferred Vormir since my opponent is stacking up on Ruins now. don't really like the way this one's looking. Interesting. So my opponent could play Heimdall to the Ruins and move everyone to Vormir. He'd lose Los Diablos. So I really just need to win at the Ruins, right? Say my opponent he can't play Heimdall to Vormir. I don't think. Movement decks are pretty unpredictable though. Let's run it this way. He's playing cards I wouldn't normally expect in a movement deck. He could be running anything, really. Okay.
Victory.
Guess I should have snapped. But typically I snap when I'm Shang-Chiing something, when I recognize my opponent's deck, I know what he's going to play, and I know I can beat it. Or my opponent makes a mistake like filling up a location early and I know I can top him. And in a situation with a lot of unknowns, I won't typically snap. And I didn't recognize my opponent's deck. It wasn't something standard. There are a lot of cards he could have conceivably played to win Vormir, for example, because I only had 6 power there. So no snap. Oh, I'm sad I can't play Mr. Fantastic to Vormir unless I get Colossus. Then I'll have to float a mana. Oh, now I'm sad about Weir Island. I would rather have stacked up there. Because now I'm going to have to abandon Angela, basically. So this one's not looking good so far. Actually, if you play Squirrel Girl to Vormir, you get the same board result.
Assemble.
Except -1 squirrel, but you'd clear Vormir out of the way. So if my opponent did that, he's probably not going to play anything to Vormir. He's probably not planning on playing anything to Vormir. So I can buff up Nightcrawler with Muir Island and then move him over to Vormir and probably win it. Which means I just need one other lane. And I think that lane will be Muir Island. Okay, he's gonna Scarlet Witch it. Makes sense. But I will win Muir Island. So my opponent's snapping. So I move Nightcrawler. And then I can play Lizard Colossus for 8. Spectrum for 5. Currently, I'm up by 2. If I play Spectrum, I actually have to play Spectrum if I'm moving Nightcrawler away. And that's not a very strong position. And if I do that, Warpath gets nerfed. So I actually don't like my position here.
Escaped.
Being forced to change tactics and waste the Angela. So I needed a second location. I would have lost Muir Island if I didn't stack up on it early. If I had Colossus, I would have just conceded Muir Island and stacked on left and right after I'd played Angela left. Okay, so Colossus can go mid. Craven on Savage Island. Savage Land.
Avengers! Assemble.
I'm not sad about that. These guys were in the way. I like my plays here. Claw 5, Spectrum 6. So he'll move cards over to take advantage of Craven's buff. What will he move over? Just thinking about that now. Want to buy Shang-Chi. So let's say he moves everyone to Savage Land with Heimdall. That'd be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I can go up by 7 to 16 at Jotunheim. With Spectrum. Or no, yeah, it'll be 14, 15, 16, plus a bunch there. He's playing phase 3 cards. So I'm not going to snap here, because I don't know exactly what he has. He hasn't made any fatal mistakes, but I am topping him at Jotunheim. Especially since he would get -4 power there. Thinking about snapping. I think I will. Yeah, there's the Heimdall. Okay.
Victory.
Did the math, arrived at the right conclusion. There were some cards in that movement deck I wasn't expecting, but the way my opponent stacked up and and seemed to be setting up for a big Craven play. I did expect the Heimdall. We got 2 locations you want to stack on. Probably I'll concede Mojo World if my opponent concedes Raft. I need to draw something I can play next round.
Avengers! Assemble.
Okay, good enough. So I guess I go Iron Man to Avengers Compound on turn 5. And then Spectrum on 6, along with whatever my 6 drop is. It's Ultron, okay. Oh, maybe Warpath is better on turn 5. Iron Man will double Ultron. At Avengers Compound. My opponent may be buffing the cards at the Raft. Do I need something else there? I know I can fill up Mojo World. But given that I have to play... Okay.
I am Iron Man. Opponent snapped.
Sure. So I go... Ultron, Nightcrawler, Spectrum. Oh, +4 there already with Spectrum. So maybe I don't need that there. Maybe I go... I'm at 22. Yeah, let's go here. Let's snap. Should be good. That's a huge power swing. Ultron's going to give me +100 at Mojo World. Should almost certainly win Avengers Compound. Hard to imagine what could beat me here. Oh, my opponent filled up Mojo World too, so I'm going to lose that one. Magneto. That's his 6 drop. I think I lose to Magneto. And Nova Killmonger. Wow, that's a strong turn. Gonna lose by 1 at the Raft. Or no, 3 at the Raft. Okay, well. That was not predictable. And maybe it was foolish of me to snap there. I just assumed that Ultron was going to be better than whatever 6 drop he got. But Magneto got the win. So that was a game in which I was willing to snap because I considered that my Raft 6 drop was going to be better on average than his. Likely that's true, and so even though it wasn't in this case, I have no real problem with the play. Just didn't work out. And there was no way I could have predicted that he would also have the Killmonger Nova for turn 6 as well. So yeah, Just, my opponent had the nuts in that one. That would be a poker term meaning the best possible hand. Okay, so it's Sinister London. Even though the card that I copy may get destroyed, I think it's worth playing there. Mr. Fantastic or Captain America? Let's go Mr. Fantastic. Yep, got the 50-50. My opponent did not. I have Shang-Chi for the Vulture later. In this case, do I play Warpath or do I play Captain America and Ant-Man? I think I'm going to play Warpath because of slot efficiency. That wasn't the location I wanted the spawn to go at. So if my opponent moves Vulture to Murder World as a result of Heimdall,
Assemble. Assemble.
okay, so he can't add any more to Murder World. I'm gonna be adding, well, Iron Man would put me up to 18 and 28 at Sinister London, but Spectrum will buff Lizard, Mr. Fantastic, Warpath twice. Yeah, I think, let's see, if he goes Heimdall, he'll be at 19, 21, I'll be at 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, I like it. Let's do it. Great.
Victory.
Well, Shuri's Lab will be good with Lizard. My deck is not super good with Shuri's Lab, so I may rely on Shang-Chi whatever my opponent plays there. Alright, we'll make the second location for him here.
Assemble. Assemble.
Okay, so Iceman falls to the Vormir. Then Ant-Man. Actually may play Claw to Hellfire Club here. This is kind of an interesting one in which I think 3 lanes makes sense. So I think the play is Spectrum. Spectrum to Shuri's Lab. Sorry about that. Had an error with OBS that cut out the end of the game. But basically what happened after the video ended is that I played Spectrum to Shuri's Lab, and I considered the play strong enough to snap on, and my opponent played Claw to Hellfire Club, which gave him +4 there and +6 at Vormir, and then he played something small, Nightcrawler, to Shuri's Lab. So with the Spectrum, I was able to win both Vormir and Shuri's Lab, though I didn't really need the Spectrum to win Vormir, actually, because Claw alone wouldn't have been enough to do it for my opponent. So there was no way for him to win with his turn 6 play if I just added a little more to Shuri's Lab, which is what I did, and got the victory for 4 cubes. So that is a good place to end for now. Made some more good progress today, and very happy with how the climb is going in Pool 2 at this collection level and with this deck. So thank you for watching.